Hey guys, so I'm here mowing up this grass. It's got lots of leaf litter on it. These trees have given off a lot of leaves. It's the dry season out here in the tropics during winter time, and they're dropping a lot of leaves, getting ready for some fresh growth for summer when all the rains come. And this is such a good opportunity not to rake the leaves together and put them in a pile and burn them, where you lose all that wonderful carbon and organic matter to the atmosphere, but to gather up all of those leaves with the mower and to dump them into a wheelbarrow or something, cart. And this mulch is fantastic stuff. It's just amongst the best mulch that you could ever use, especially for trees. Remember that leaves are little solar panels that are harvesting all the goodness of the sun. They're making sugars in the soil, and the soil and the microbes then gives them minerals in return, and all those minerals are concentrated in the leaves of the trees. Right, so I really need to interject here. That's actually not true. The leaves of trees which the tree is giving off that are yellowing or brown do not have the concentrated minerals from the tree in them, because the tree has actually withdrawn a lot of those minerals to continue to survive through that a little bit more dormant season. But the leaves do still have all of the structure, the cellulose, and the other things that fungus like to break down. And so the real benefit of gathering leaves that have fallen from trees is that they act as an excellent soil conditioner, in that the leaves basically stimulate all that fungal activity in the soil, and so as a mulch they are very valuable, but not the most valuable fertilizer. Okay, back to leaf mulching me. And these leaves really must be utilized to grow new trees. So if some older trees are giving off lots of leaves, then gather those leaves together, let them rot in a pile. That's called leaf mold or leaf compost, and then feed that to some more trees. So really don't want to waste this stuff. I love the combination of the grass and the leaves here because it's so fluffy, and when you spread that, you know, a few inches thick, maybe 10 centimeters thick as mulch around trees, then it stays fairly dry. It keeps all of the moisture down, suppresses any growth around the tree, can kill all the grass around the tree by just putting down a thick layer of mulch, and that will make wonderful, organic, rich, free draining soil that holds more moisture and suppresses the weeds. So it's just a win-win-win. Gather this stuff up. I've got a big area here that I'm mowing, and I'm going to get this done in half an hour. I'm going to have a couple of cubic meters of fantastic mulch to grow all the new fruit trees that I'm planting in. I volunteer at a school, and all around the school here, all around the school grounds, the children rake up leaves and they leave this giant pile of leaves here, and I want to do something useful with it. So what I do is I grab it up, a big handful, with a leaf rake, and with both hands makes a giant big armful of it, and I'm taking it over here and I'm piling it up. And then I'm mowing it with the mulch mower. There it is, there's the catcher full. So that's going there in the big trailer. And what the mulch mower does is it basically just gets it a whole bunch smaller. So I was chopping it up. There's a little bit of grass in there as well. So it's not just leaves, it's grass, small sticks and all bits and pieces. And mulch mower with nice sharp blades just make short work of it. And so I'm going to use that basically to feed my fruit trees. And that's such a blessing, especially, you know, in the autumn period where it's dry and all the leaves are shed. That's a great time of year to get in and get the mulch down, hold the moisture in the ground while it's really sunny and there's not much rain. And then when the summer rains come over the whole rainy season, basically what's going to happen is that all of this leaf mulch will rot down to leaf mold or leaf compost, whatever you want to call it. And if you're getting rid of them and you're making a big pile because you want to clean an area, well, that's fine, but you know, obviously you're going to make the ground there poorer. And if it's just an aesthetic area, just some grassy area to use, and those trees don't need to be enriched, then make good use of that somewhere where it really matters, around your fruit trees where you're growing good quality food. So here I've spread all of this lovely mulch around this fruit tree, and that's going to rot down and feed that for several months, and obviously suppress the weeds and make sure that a lot of water gets in there, gets retained. These ones as well, those trees are going to grow with all of that lovely leaf mulch.
I'm spreading here a big load of this dry leaf mulch. It's a whole cart, which is several wheelbarrows, maybe 5 to 7 wheelbarrows worth, around a seedless lemon that is quite young, hasn't produced yet, so I want this to grow really healthfully. And I'm applying this basically 10 centimeters thick or several inches thick around the entire drip line of the tree, so the canopy of the tree nice and wide, so that the entire root zone gets fed and protected by this leaf mulch. This is a full seasonal application. It's going to break down in about 3 to 6 months, depending on whether it's dry season or wet season, but this is something great to do at least once or maybe even twice a year. I wanted to show you also what it's like to mulch mow some leaves that have been rained on and that are breaking down to compost.
And I left them here over the holidays for 2 to 3 months, and it's gotten quite composty. Come down and have a look at this. Sorry, I cut into my knee, so I'm hobbling a little bit. But this is basically some fairly composting sort of leaf mold. That's a bunch of leaves and bits and pieces gathered up by the students here at school. And I'm mowing that up, and that, after it's mowed, gets basically mulched up into this beautiful, wonderful friable stuff here. And this is, it smells sweet, and this is real leaf mold right here. When leaves in a pile have rotted for sort of 3 months to several months, and then it's got that sweet smell, it goes dark and starts to smell and taste like compost. So this stuff is going to be delicious. I'm going to put it around some aloe veras that I'm growing that I want to really grow up nice and healthy and strong, because I want to propagate them. We need more large aloe veras for sunburns and for gut issues, so for health reasons. And I'm going to put that around any other trees that I want to grow well. And yeah, that as a topping has all of those microorganisms. It's living, and it's going to really revive the life in the soil. Sweet smelling leaf compost. Now I'm going to put this stuff on something I want to grow. These wonderful aloe veras here, because these things are beauties. Don't mind the spikes, they're very friendly. And now this wonderful leaf compost is going to get it growing gangbusters. We'll have a lot more plants in several months to come. I just love this way that nature works, that you put down the lovely food, you put down the love on the ground, and the soil just laps it up and says, yes baby, I'm turned on, let's do it, let's grow together. So yeah, get the good stuff down. This leaf mold is also really good when you're planting in trees. If you're doing a tree planting, fruit tree or something like that, put some leaf mold in at the bottom with the roots when you plant the tree in. Maybe some stones as well for a little bit of a good electrical energy. I not know about the science of that, but apparently some stones in there helps as well. But this leaf mold, or in other words, leaves turned to compost, and dry grass, just sort of dry material that you rake up and put in a heap. This is ideal. And have a look at this wheelbarrow of grass clippings. How much grass clippings can you get in a wheelbarrow? Well, you can get that much in, and the answer is a lot, and that amounts to about 10 normal sized catches of your lawnmower. Good stuff.